Right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Thai Talk with Dan. Now, on my last video, I kind of lost the plot a little bit, so I just want to come on today to say sorry. I shouldn't really be making videos like I made in the last one. As most of you know, I've not seen or spoken to my son for the past few weeks, and it's difficult, guys, for me. I've been with him since he was born. He's 4 years old now, and I love him. I care about him a lot, and I miss him. So when I see my ex posting videos of him, yeah, it kind of like breaks me a little bit. So yeah, made a video, and I even set up a GoFundMe due to some subscribers saying that they would help out and it would get me to court faster, etc., etc. For the past few weeks, guys, I have been struggling to concentrate with work, with anything really. Today, I've literally spent all day in my apartment just trying to get positive, deal with my emotions, and come to the realization that I have to work harder than I have ever worked before if I want to get back into my son's life as fast as possible. The more I allow my emotions to get a grip of me, where I don't focus and I don't work, it's just going to prolong the agony, and it's going to make my life even more difficult and more hard, which it kind of already is, to be honest. So yeah, I need to focus, and the only thing that can make a dramatic change in regards to me being able to see my son is for me to get my head down, work hard, make money, get to court. In regards to the court, because I've read some of the comments, I can't leave my son, guys. It's not really on the cards for me. I don't want to leave him, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But I can't leave him, and like I said, I miss him. I want to be in his life. I want to help raise him. I want to help educate him. And I just want to be there for him. Whether that is in England, where I'm from, or whether it's in Thailand or in Isan, where I am right now. I mean, I've stayed here for the past several years. And guys, I don't really like it in Isan that much. I did do, but there isn't much to do here. Most guys around here have a lot of problems and a lot of issues going on. A lot of guys are in the same boat when it comes to the women that they've got involved with. And yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, I just need to focus, get my head down, stop feeling sorry for myself, and just work. Stay healthy by going to the gym. I have a gym downstairs, so just use that every day. I can also work out in my room. Try to eat healthy. Don't touch alcohol, because that is just a massive depressant and it doesn't help anything. It can be a distraction for the short term, guys, but it's no good. It's no good. Now, basically, I have a daughter that is 22 years of age, and I went through something very similar, and this is why I was scared to have another kid, which my ex knows about. She knows the story. So I was only 20 years old when she got pregnant, and I was still a kid. She was a lot older than me, and we literally broke up during the pregnancy. I did everything to try to get back together with her because she was pregnant with my kid. I have to just deal with it. I understand hormones and mood swings and stuff. So yeah, I did everything to try to stay with her, but I think she knew that I didn't love her and that I was just a kid at the time. I was 20 years old. So she made it very difficult for me with my daughter. I had to go to her house in order to be able to see my daughter. She didn't like me taking her away. But as she got older, she was okay. She let her, I did a bedroom for her. I had a partner at the time, a very good partner at the time. And I made everything nice. Took her horse riding every time she come around, bought her all the gear for it and stuff. And it was great. And then one time, the horse got scared with a plastic bag that went past it. And they like, what do you call it? Giddy upped kind of thing. And it freaked my daughter out. She got a bit scared, but she didn't fall or hurt herself. And then all of a sudden, her mum's like, no, she's not coming to your house again. She's not going horse riding. She's not doing anything. If you want to see her, you can just take her out. Anyway, I had this for years. And then one day I said to my daughter, do you want daddy to go to court? Because, you know, if you want to see me every weekend and you want to spend time with me without your mum interfering and stuff and having problems, and then you can come and stay with me, you can have your own bedroom, etc. It'll just be a lot better if I go to court. And I deal with it. She was young at the time, but she said yes, she would like that. So I went to court and I won. She actually stood up in court and got annoyed with the judge. And then the judge basically said to me, how many days would you like, sir? How many days do you want? You could have whatever you want, you know? Because he could see that she was a bit of a handful and she was using the kid to hurt me and to control me. It all come out in the court. So anyway, after I won in court, what happened was, when I went to go and pick her up, she'd have all her friends round, partying until late at night. So when I went to go and get her in the morning, she was too tired to come. So this happened every week for about 3 weeks. And then all of a sudden, I get a phone call. And it's my daughter. Obviously, her mum is right next to her. And she basically says, Dad, I don't want to have to come every weekend. I'm older now. I want to play with my friends and stuff. And I just want to come when I want to come. So at the end of the day, I had to just agree with it. I can't force my daughter to come and stay with me. So over the years, basically, she would only see me every few months. And when she did see me, she would just bring her friends and use me like as a taxi service, and I would just sit there while she would just enjoy with her friends. And we never really had any alone time, any special time. You know, there was nothing. You know, it was just a case of me picking her up and taking her to roller skating or ice skating or whatever. And basically, yeah, she got older. She just wanted to play with her friends. She wasn't really bothered about me. So what can you do? So when I actually did move over to Thailand, we didn't really have any kind of relationship. So I have to be careful what I say on here. What I will say is that she is a bit of a gothic type now. She's got a tattoo on her neck. She's had a few issues when she was younger, which I can't really say about on here. And she is very much like her mother, daughters normally are. Now, in regards to me, when I was about 10 or 11 years old, my mother and father got divorced and broken up. My mother was seeing her best friend's brother and quickly moved him into the house and quickly married him. This guy was living in a 1-bedroom flat or apartment with a dog and didn't have any kids whatsoever. So my mother had 3 kids, yeah, me and 2 sisters, and my older brother, he moved out a long time ago. And my sister was a bit of a handful. My older sister, she ran away and then she just ended up sorting her own life out, got herself an apartment, a boyfriend, etc. at quite a young age. So there was just me and my younger sister there. But me and this guy didn't get on whatsoever, and it got to the point where he would literally have me pinned up against the wall and he was a very big, large man also. Anyway, one day, I think me and my little sister had an argument over some toys, and my mother packed me off, basically said, go and live with your sister, I want you out. I was 12 years old at the time. I went to go and live with my sister. She was still young. And what happened then was that my sister couldn't afford to keep me, to take care of me. I only left, my mum wasn't supporting, wasn't giving any money whatsoever. And when I did leave, all I got was like a couple of tins of beans and half a loaf of bread on the way to my sister's with a Clipper card for the bus. Crazy. So after a short time with my sister said, go down to the home at the end of the road and go and speak to them. And hopefully they will send you back home, Dan, because I can't take care of you. I'm still a kid myself. I'm not really working, etc. So, okay, I went down to the home. The home rang my mother up, and he answered, her new husband. And he basically said, if anybody comes to this house, I will smash them in the face, I will do you, and just basically was very threatening. So they put the phone down and they went, right, what about your father? I said, I don't know, like he lives in an apartment. So they rang my father up, and my father basically said he only has a 1-bedroom apartment and there is no room, and he lives there with his wife. So that was a no-go. There was no putting me on the sofa or trying to sort out a house out or anything like that. Mental, guys, right? So then they said, who else is there? I said, my grandmother. But my brother's already living with my grandmother. So yeah, they rang her up. She basically said, oh, I'm old and I've got a lot on already. I've already got his brother that I'm looking after. So anyway, cut long story short, my brother intervened, convinced my grandmother and let me go there. So I went there. And from that, guys, I ended up going into a hostel when I was 16, I think. I ended up going to like a hostel. Then I got an apartment from the hostel. And my life was just a mess. I was all over the place, living here, there and everywhere. It was a bit of a crazy time. So then I joined the army, and I went in the army for a few years, and that really did sort me out. It gave me routine, you know, I always had a bed, food in my belly, and it was good, and it gave me discipline. So when I left the army, I got into sales and marketing, and I started making money for myself, and I started sorting my life out. So the reason why I'm telling you this story is because I know how it feels when you lose a parent. It is emotionally scarring, and especially when you lose two parents and you come to the realization that both parents don't give a flying F. Yeah, they're just cared about themselves and they're selfish, etc. Okay, that it is what it is. You know, there's not much you can do about it. But it does have an emotional effect. The same with my daughter. She got basically raised by her mum, near enough. And I think that there's stuff that I can't say, guys, but that has had an emotional effect. And I just don't want my son to go through the same kind of trauma and have the same issues, especially being in Isan, raised in Isan here. And yeah, you know, I just want to protect him. I just want to take care of him. I want him to grow up with ethics, morals, values, fiber, etc. And yeah, and I think that's what really pushes me to really stay and really do the best that I can, because I know what it feels like and I don't want to mess up. Now, my ex knew about all this. She knew about my childhood and she knew about my daughter, and she wanted a baby with me literally about after a year of us getting together. And I'm like, no, because I am petrified to death. I don't want to have another similar situation where I can't see my child, or I can only see my child on weekends and stuff. I just don't want that. So this went on for a bit. You know, it got brought up quite a bit, this type of conversation about babies and marriage, etc. So yeah, I know. After 2 years, yeah, we decided to have a baby, and then due to having a baby, you have to save face within the village. It's not good if you're not married. So we just got a village marriage, which is not legal, but in the eyes of friends and family and the village people, you're your husband and wife kind of thing. So we did that. And then literally, again, when they fall pregnant, issues start to happen, things start to change. And then after they've had the baby, I don't know if it's a hormonal change, guys, or whatever you want to brand it as, whatever wording you want to use. At the end of the day, things changed and things got difficult. And I moved out several times because it was so difficult. Rented out several different houses, different apartments, etc. But I always had my son. I always did my part, and I always took care of him. And then I always got kind of like dragged back. I tried to move on with my life and stuff, and then something crazy would happen, and yeah, I'd have to go back and stuff. But this time, our relationship is definitely done. I think I've changed this time a hell of a lot. My feelings have changed a lot, and I think hers, yeah, definitely has. Also, she's changed a lot. So right now, she is stopping me from seeing my son, not because I'm a bad father or I've done anything wrong to my son. She has her own personal reasons, and there's nothing much I can do about it. I don't want to go to a house and beg and cause drama. I definitely don't want to go to a friend's shop where she works to cause drama. I feel like sometimes that's what they want you to do: cause a scene, create chaos, and go, oh look, he's the crazy guy, you know. So yeah, I don't want to do that. So I have tried to stay quiet. I have tried to give her space, and then I tried to go down to the coffee shop to try to calmly speak to her, but she's not having it. So yeah, in order for me to be a part of my son's life, I have to go to court, and I have to deal with things properly. The only issue at the moment is me. Yeah, I'm struggling to concentrate. Today has been one of the hardest days because I've totally been alone today. Normally I've been around friends and stuff so I can stay distracted. But today I've chosen to be alone and kind of like fix myself, because I need to focus, I need to work, I need to make money, and I need to get to court. And if I carry on the way that I've been carrying on, I'm going to end up losing my bond with that I've made with my son, and probably my own mental health is going to decline. So yeah, today is just about getting my head down, working hard, making the money that I need to make, and getting to court so I can sort things out. Hopefully even a mediation process, you know, we can agree on maintenance, because I know that'll be a big one, and agree on just terms of how long I can have him for, what days and stuff like that. And hopefully it can be dealt with then calmly, nicely, properly. But if she does really totally want to take me away from my son 1,000,000%, then yeah, we're going to have to battle it out in court. But I won't stop, guys, because I care about him and I know the effect it will have on him. And right now he's 4 years old. I mean, these years now are so important. So yeah, I've got to keep fighting, keep pushing on and get on with it. But in the meantime, guys, I'll keep everybody updated either through the community post or even the GoFundMe that I set up. I had a couple of people donate to help, which is a massive help. Thank you. But guys, I don't want to come online and start saying, help me, and feel like I'm begging. I mean, I kind of like lost my head a little bit that day when I made that video and then set up the GoFundMe. I mean, at the end of the day, it's my problem. We've all got problems in life. We've all got issues, different issues. People are dying. People are in hospital beds. I know there's so many issues. People lost their parents and stuff, or even a child. So everybody's got their own stuff going on. So right now, you know, I need to like man up, get my head down, work hard and fight for my child and continue with the stories on this channel to help warn others not to do the things that I've done and not to do the things that other guys have done. And if there's enough information out there, it'll stop guys from going through serious problems. And hopefully the nice guys that do come here, that want to retire and just want a cheaper standard of living and a better life, these guys can understand the warning signs and understand what not to do in order to have a happy life here, because Thailand is awesome. But for me, I think it's awesome if you just stay single, or you become one of the lucky few that meet a really good woman. But all around the world now, it's a lot tougher nowadays, even to meet a good man or a good woman, a loyal person, etc. Times have changed. It's not how it used to be. But good people still do exist. So have some hope, and I wish you guys the very best if you're looking for a woman over here. Just my only tips are make sure she's got a degree of some kind. Make sure that she comes from a good family where they've got good jobs, and make sure that the type of friends that she's around are decent. And it tells you a lot about a person. So you just have to be careful. Try to get somebody who's got a decent family, a good education, and a good wholesome woman, and then you'll be absolutely fine, hopefully. Right, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. And if you're going through a similar situation to me, it'd be great to speak to you, great to talk to you in the comments, or even send me an email and I'll do my best to respond. Ciao for now, guys. Bye-bye.